How to dramatically accelerate your awakening. How do we do that? I mean, we're all in this process of awakening, of remembering who we really are, our divine essence, our magnificence, our unlimited potential. But how do we really accelerate that process? What step can we take that'll just like seriously crank up the momentum and us peeling back the layers and revealing the divine masterpiece within? So glad you're here. We're stepping in once again to a whole nother level. This whole month has been about awakening to your divine essence, your unlimited potential, your magnificence. But how do we really set that into motion? And there is one powerful step that you can take, and perhaps maybe you've already taken it and then you want to amplify it, but let's dive into it. That powerful step is to bring forward your passion, your purpose, your unique thing that you came to express into this world, and to bring that forward as a possible job, as a career, as a way of expressing yourself. Nothing can speed up your momentum. Well, maybe there are some other things, but this is one that is just really cool. Because we all come here with something, a song that's within us that wants to be expressed into the world, right? And if you want to accelerate your awakening, you have to be true to that piece of music. You have to make yourself the product. You have to bring that forward, whether it's stepping into being a counselor, an energy healer work, an artist, a musician, whatever that might be for you. Maybe it's just being the most fantastic mom in the world, okay? All of those things are going to provide something. They're going to provide the context for you to dramatically accelerate your awakening process. Now, how does it do that? Well, I'll give you an example from my own life experience. Okay, so I used to buy and sell semiconductor components. Man, I would like buy and sell thousands, hundreds of thousands of parts. It was crazy business. Used to do multi-million-dollar deals and get these really big, cool commission checks. And as those of you who have tuned in my previous episodes, you know that I eventually kind of encountered this tremendous emptiness doing that and feeling that I was here for something more. But there's one thing about doing that business, it was relatively easy. I could easily sell parts. I could easily do these transactions because it wasn't me. It wasn't part of who and what I was. It was Toshiba or Hyundai's, computer component part had a data sheet. There was no real vulnerability that came up in selling that. Now that completely changed after I first produced my full production CD. And the very first performance that I did, and I had CDs for sale. And I sold my first CD for $15. And I'm like going, somebody asked me, how much for your CD? $15. Because as I stepped into bringing forward the music, it brought up all kinds of unresolved issues, vulnerabilities, things from my past experience, those contrasts that we were talking about last month and this month, right? That needed to come to the surface in order to be healed, that needed to be released and dissipated in order for me to accelerate my own awakening process. See, because I had learned in my past experience that it wasn't good enough, that who I was wasn't good enough. How could my music be good enough for $15 for a CD if I didn't think it was good enough? So all this terror came up that first time I was asked that question. And the same thing is going to happen when you move forward and bringing your passion, your purpose, your calling, making it available, offering it to people to buy. It's going to bring up all this stuff that you perhaps maybe didn't even know was in there. That's going to ultimately help you to heal your life, transform your experience, but dramatically accelerate your awakening process. And the journey continues. I didn't want to be a energy healer. No, the first time Dr. Lara told me I was an energy healer, I ran down the hallway, told her I didn't want to be burnt at the stake, or anything like that, because that's what I thought of all that stuff. I mean, it was really quite pitiful running down the hall with my fingers in my ears going, la, 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 I can't hear you. Meanwhile, she's telling me you have past life issues you need to resolve. You're a healer. You need to come to terms with that. No, I didn't want to come to terms with that. But of course, shortly thereafter, the scientists discovered this healing energy coming through me in my music. And there it was in my face. And that brought up all kinds of other fears about being a healer, about being woo-woo. Those were things. I was a corporate dude. I was suave, suit guy, Italian suit, semiconductor chip flipper. I didn't want to do that stuff. That to me was way out there, way back then, almost 20 years ago now. So it brought to the surface things that I needed to heal within myself, and ultimately began to accelerate my consciousness, my understanding of life, the universe, the role that I played in it. And the same thing is going to happen for you. Man, if you want to accelerate your awakening, become the product. Go sell yourself, your expression, the truth of who and what you are. Pursue that purpose, that calling, that passion within you, and bring it forward into the world. It's going to bring forth vulnerability. It's going to bring forth unresolved issues. It's going to bring forth new opportunities for expansion and for growth. Now, I don't want to deter you from being true to that calling within yourself, but that's what it's going to bring forward. And ultimately, it's going to provide the context for the most amazing healing and transformational experience. I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. I get to say things now to Dr. Lara where she's like, who are you? And what did you do with my husband? Because that's what opens up for this. Has it been hard? Yes. Did I struggle financially? You bet. Almost lost the house. Felt like complete loser dad. I mean, it was devastating. But yet, out of that contrast, out of that challenge, it began to reveal to me what was no longer in alignment with the truth of who and what I was. All those beliefs of not being good enough, not being deserving, not being worthy of prosperity and abundance in my life for the gifts that I brought forward into the world had to come to the surface, had to be released and dissipated. Yes, I would like to say that I easily did this overnight, but no, it was a process. It was an unfolding. I encountered resistance. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go out from behind my wall that I had hidden myself behind because I thought it was safer. Well, safer, yes, perhaps, but yet also detrimental to my soul and well-being. So there was a change that had to take place. So what do you have within you that's been looking forward to be brought forward into the world? And perhaps maybe you're already doing that, but how can you amplify that signal? How can you bring it forward to a higher level so that you can touch more lives, shine more light, impact the world around you in such a powerful way? I challenge you to really look within and ask yourself that question, because all of us, to one degree or another, are not playing our music at the highest and most beautiful and most wonderful level possible. And we're all being called to amplify our light, our signal. So why? So that we can transform our life experience? Yes. So we can awaken to who and what we are? Absolutely. So that we can shine more light into the world that positively and powerfully impacts the lives of those around us? Most definitely. So ask yourself once again, what am I holding on to or holding back from within myself to bring forward? Or perhaps maybe how am I playing the game small and not amplifying my signal, my gift, my passion, and my calling to the level of which I know that it's capable? And let me just tell you something about that. Your soul is going to be discontent until you move past the shackles that have bonded you from bringing your light forward to the highest level possible. The world needs your light. The world needs your music, your expression, your authentic self, your purpose to be brought forward and put into the world. And by doing so, you're going to help people to elevate their lives and awaken to their magnificence and their unlimited potential. Is it scary? Yes. Is it daunting sometimes? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Most definitely. Take some nice deep breaths. There's so much within you. So much love, so much light, so much possibility. Just deep breaths. Commit yourself to shine, amplify, and to be. Just take a deep breath, open mouth, let it go. You want to accelerate your awakening? Amplify your passion, your purpose, your calling. Be true to that. Bring it forward into the world. Make yourself the product. Make yourself the service. Bring forth your expression, your creativity, however that looks for you. Whether it's being the best CEO in the world, the best mom in the world, the best artist in the world, the best healer in the world, the best transformational coach in the world, whatever that is, however it is. If you haven't started, I encourage you to start. If you have started, I encourage you to amplify. Now is the time. The world needs your light. Hey, make sure you tune in later this week. There'll be another video. We're going to dive in, do a little energy transmission and music to help support you in what we talked about today, to help you embody that and activate it within you. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, share with people that you know and love, preferably, right? And invite them to come along on this journey, ultimately to mastering our energy. Realizing that our energy, our frequency, our state of being is ultimately what shapes and shifts the world around us. And we're being called to awaken to just how freaking magnificent we truly are. Excited to be on this journey with you. Excited to hear what shows up for you. Please share in comments your thoughts, your beliefs around the subject, what we touched on today. I'll do my best to respond, and then make sure you tune in later this week to dive in a little bit deeper, to activate that frequency and those codes within you so that you can begin to shine your light at the highest level possible for yourself at this moment and in this time and in this space. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. Have a harmonious day.